9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give it in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
Boys got some 60s in my bag. Lips sealed, ain't pillow talking on no rag. In my earlobe, got 2 carats, VVS. Got a penthouse near Rodeo, off of stress. All this money, when I grew up, I had nothing. Filled with backstabbing, my whole life is disgusting. Can't believe it, gotta thank God that I'm living comfortably. Getting checks, I don't believe, but she say she done with me. Burn some bridges and I let the fire light the way. Kicking my feet up, left the PJs on a PJ. Young a big dog and I walk around with no leash. I got water on me, yeah, everything on Fiji.
Zero. Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give it in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
I'm a star, pack up toys, tipping walls, hey. Raw, finit, nuts, balls, hey. I was 15, I took with my dog, hey. Did it? Now I feel nauseous. Put up a stick and I hop on a plane, still in my wall waist. This so risky, I gotta be gifted. He blessed me with fortune and fame. I remember from 50, I couldn't go back empty. I knew I was stuck to the game. Loyal and I never change. I'm never gonna go against the grain. I'm never gonna be the one turn on my brother when police just gotta detain. I won't ever love it more than my mother, and that's on my government name. I can't be no sucker, ain't hating on no one. I wish everybody get paid. Cause we can't up every day. Getting hot talent in the grave.
Zero. Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give it in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Cut the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. And I just wanted to come on a little bit earlier. I know that this show was actually slated for tomorrow, but it seemed that my guest's schedule aligned with Friday. So I'm definitely going to get these interviews done with these fantastic rookies that decided that they wanted to come and share a little bit of their time with me. And I really appreciate it, especially since I'm trying to get your name out there. I'm trying to get, who you are and try to make you as attractive as possible for these teams that will be looking to add you to their squad. So get a chance to get to know you. First, I want to say what's a big shout out to T the Queen and Doug Day for joining, being the first two on the scene. Great to see both of you. This is the Bonnie and Clyde of the league, y'all, right here. One of our couples. We have many couples in the league, but yeah, these two, love these two. T makes the best salsa I think I've ever had in my life, just so you know. And the only reason I know that because we went to the convention that will be coming up. Looks like it's July 10th, 11th, and 12th in Baltimore. So if you're in the Baltimore area or you want to just come and meet some of us in person, feel free. Book your rooms and your tickets. You can actually go to simfl.net to do so. So before I bring up my guest now, I did have two rookies that wanted to join me, but it looks like one dropped off. So I'm just going to give him just a little bit more time to get back on. I know he was having some audio difficulties. So we're going to see if we can get him back in. But a few points that I kind of wanted to, let me see what's going on. A few things I kind of to bring up for you guys. So the last conversation that I had with Alex West. As you know, Alex West is the commissioner for the the SFLm minor leagues. So he told me that he is looking for more teams. He's looking to expand the um, the SFLM team. So if you are interested in serious inquiries only with this, guys, if you are interested in perhaps owning your own SFLM team, it is vital that you get him the information that he needs. And typically, it is the plans. How are you planning on um, how how is your team going to be structured? Who are going to be your coaches? Who are what is your team name, the logos? All of that would have to be in place, and it would have to look professional as possible in order for him to really consider you. So if you want more information about what that looks like, you can even do PowerPoint presentations. I've seen those, and these guys take the time out to make sure it looks really nice. So if you need some pointers, you can hit up Alex West about what he's looking for. I've seen a few bids myself, so I can give a little bit of advice on that as well. Coaches in the league, especially the majors. If you are interested, just ask some different owners, hey, how did you put together your bid? Get some ideas from them so you have a better gauge on how to do that. All right. Other news. Now, just for all of my radio listeners that are new and people that are just joining us, the SFLM is currently comprised of four teams: the Philadelphia Cougars, the New York Gargoyles, the San Jose Flight, and the Boston Rebels. Um, it used to be at least about six. I want to say it was like 6 to 7 teams. But again, we're looking for more, looking to add, looking to kind of expand that. So if you're interested, please, 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 please give us a shout out. We are in season 10. And when I spoke with Alex, this was a very interesting season, you know, and there was a lot of great games. Most of them were within a touchdown, and most of them were very exciting. So it seems that the coaches and maybe the player bills, the way that they work in the minors, they just seemed equated for more exciting games, more 1 point matchups, as he said. It was not 1 point matchups, but it was like very, very close games. And actually, Alex is supposed to be sending me a quote that he wanted me to give to the rookie. So I'm waiting for him to finish that. But I want to give some shout out before trying to give Carol a little bit more time to join. I want to give some shout outs to some league leaders, SFLM, which include linebacker Luis Quintana, 88 tackles for the San Jose Flight. Dang, man. 88 for the season? It's crazy. Defensive lineman Baron Wendent, 4 sacks from the Boston Rebels. Cornerback Dustin Sozaski, please forgive me if I butchered that last name. Forgive me. 5 interceptions from San Jose. Quarterback Jonathan Goodman, 3,029 yards on the season, 24 touchdowns, and he averaged 302.9 yards per game. Dang, man, what you doing over there? You need to share some of that with us over there in the majors, man. I don't know what you got. Wide receiver Michael Goodman also had a stand-up performance this season with 14 touchdowns scored for the New York Gargoyles. Running back Rashawn Williams over from the Philadelphia Cougars had 510 yards, averaged 51 yards per game, and he had 9 touchdowns himself. Shout out Biz Mark Wright, look, my Arizona Scorpions. 443 yards on the season with 5 touchdowns himself. But the man of the hour that I'm going to be bringing up, Mr. Amante Dubois. Hey, what's up, Skinny? Good to see you, baby. Always good seeing you. Mr. Strong Safety Amante Dubois checking in
Hey,
for the San Jose having 85 tackles himself. What's going on, man? How are you?
How's it going? It's going pretty good.
Hey, I'm obviously a Mr. 85.
Yeah, you know, all thanks to the coaches.
Hey, you know what? San Jose Fly has always had they've always pumped out some really good players. You know, they always had a really good eye for how to instruct you to progress properly. So, and it shows on the field. So, congratulations for that. But let's talk a little bit about the season. Let's talk a little bit about you. Get your name out there. Absolutely. First of all, shout out to you specifically, because when I put this together, you were the first person that signed up. You have been adamant ever since about trying to get this done. So kudos to you, man.
Hey, I'm just no, I love what you do, honestly. I feel like news really helps propagate conversation, and with a league like this, the more people that join, the better. So the more we get out, the more people join, and I figured that's just a positive thing.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Well, let's start from the beginning. So, who are you first? Give us a little bit about you. Is Amante Dubois Smith your real name, or you don't have to give us your real name if you don't want to. But I would like to know your age, some interesting facts about yourself, and your favorite NFL team.
So no, Amante is not my real name. It's actually I had a best friend of mine. He's first generation. His dad's from France, and his name was Amante Dubois, and the Smith just kind of came from my grandparents. But I played free safety. He played strong safety, and he was the coolest guy. He was awesome, and we still talk. He moved actually back to France a few years ago, so can't really hang out anymore. But I am 21. I just turned 21 this year. I'm from the Chicago area, and honestly, I just love football, man. I love everything about the sport. Everything from high school to the NFL, the Canadian League, UFL. Huge fan of it. I love the sport, love the game, everything about it. So when I saw this, just had to join. Besides that, I'm usually I spend my free time doing like statistics, numbers. I'm a big numbers guy. I like that stuff. Go to work and come back and engross myself with any news with the NFL. I'm big into free agency, so I love stuff like that.
For some reason, your feed was cutting out a little bit. Hold on 1 second, dear. All right, can you say something for me?
Yep, I'm here.
Amante?
Hello?
Okay.
Everything
good.
working? Okay.
Yes, sir. That's where I started my career. Yes, yeah. Skinny was part of the flight. A few of our like good players came from that. That team. Now you said you're from Chicago, so that means you're a Chicago Bears fan, right? Chicago area, I should say.
No, I am. Thankfully, I didn't fall into that trap there. But no, actually, I've seen a few games.
So sad.
I'm a few games. But no, I'm actually.
So
I'm more of a Rams fan.
okay.
I've been a fan
as long as
like
you didn't say
Steven
Green Bay, we
Jackson
all
days.
good. Okay.
Green Bay,
Okay.
there's words for them, but man, I tell you, on Sundays it's just they're everywhere. They come out of the woodwork. But no, I've always loved the Rams. Big fan of like Steven Jackson days, stuff like that. Ravens too. I've always been a big Ravens fan. Ed Reed, that's my guy. So that's kind of like my inspiration in real life, a little bit in the game too. So, but yeah, Rams and Ravens, that's who I mainly I pay a good chunk of attention to them, but honestly, I just like everything about the league. So I tend to follow all 32 teams.
Okay. That's good. That's good stuff. Now, I heard you say you're pretty good with numbers and you like doing stats. So, is that something that you would be interested in getting into with the SFL?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Ever since I could remember, collecting like football cards, I'd track all the stats throughout the years and try to like do projections, stuff like that. So, unfortunately, my schedule is pretty tight. I'm doing classes here soon, and with the work, I work late nights. So hopefully, lots of praying, I get onto a first shift and my schedule clears up, because I was actually talking to the commissioner about it a while ago, and I would love to get into like the stat truck, get my hands in that, dig into the numbers, track more stuff. I was talking about earlier in the server about tracking, like showing some love to the big guys up front, maybe tracking some lineman stats, see if we can get them more involved and stuff. But yeah, no, I love
Man,
stats. I would love to
that
I
would
love
be
to
so dope.
right? Yeah, I just stuff like that, man. I start geeking about it, because you got like, you got
Seriously.
legends. You got like Marshall Yonda, you got like Joe Staley, guys like that, and they're, huge names and legends. And I feel like we also have people like that up front in this league. And if we can start tracking, like, pressures allowed, sacks, run blocking, win percentages, stuff like that, feel like, just show some more love to the guys up front, show some more appreciation.
Indeed, because as a quarterback, that is definitely important. My old
Hmm.
linemen, they know that I can't do this without them. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be as effective. So that would be dope. And I really hope, that you're able, like in the future, to be able to kind of facilitate that, because that was a question that I've always had. If that was something that could be tracked, maybe somebody would have to sit and kind of watch the games, or how
Hmm.
that would come to fruition. But if you could do that, man, that would be great.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Well, it
so
wouldn't be.
why did you go ahead?
Oh no, go ahead.
I just wanted to know, why did you choose to be a strong safety? Was it because you were free safety in high school, or because you played ball?
Uh, no, my favorite position is strong safety. I couldn't play strong safety because Amante was there and he was a year ahead of me, so he got that look. So I filled in free safety. I was like, whatever, it's fine. But no, my favorite position is strong safety. Growing up, kind of pay a little homage with the number, Cam Chancellor. That's like, he was my idol growing up. So, I just wanted to kind of bring him into the league. So he's a strong safety. I got the same height as him. I'm a little heavier. I kind of misremembered his weight, 5 pounds over. So maybe I have to change that. But yeah, just trying to emulate, what he did, because, just how much I looked up to him as a player, and just as a guy in general. He's a great guy, outside, like off the field. So it'd be really cool to bring him to the SFL and see what I can do.
What's important to you? Is it your personal stats, which, I mean, obviously you're paying your money, so you want to see your player do well and make those plays, or is it the team aspect, getting that win? Both are equal, in my opinion. Both are important, but I think it's important to kind of state which one you're kind of leaning towards. And I personally, I don't think that there's a wrong or right answer to this, but this is just an interesting way to break the ice.
Um, First and foremost, the guys in San Jose could probably attest to it, but it's a team first aspect. That's why I like the game so much. I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I could if I didn't have the guys up front, or if I didn't have the great corners I had. So Casey and Goodman picking off, Quintana up front handling his business. I wouldn't be half the player I was this season, if I didn't have those 10 guys around me. And that goes, even more for the offense because, without them, we wouldn't put any points on the board. So, it's not just me. As much as I want to say like, oh yeah, I want to have 100 tackles, a season. It really always starts with me and the, 21 other guys on the team or on the field, So it's always going to be a team first. Teams win championships, single players don't. So, if I want to be the best, then it all starts with showing love and making sure that we all go out and do our jobs.
Okay. Tell me about your player. What are some things that your player does phenomenally, and what are some things that you need to work on?
I think my biggest thing is I bring the boom. There's not very many people I won't there's not a gap I won't fill. There's not a slant I won't hit. There's not, a wide receiver that's going to catch and run 20 yards on me. I'm usually, pretty instant impact on it. Something I do got to work on though, and I know I do. There's a lot on the table here. It's why I'm so excited for training camp and everything. But definitely gotta get my coverage up. Kind of lock down that one a little bit more. There were some plays I wasn't, didn't get my all on, and just gotta work on that. There's some other things like jumping is a little lower, but just that shoring up my run coverage. And I should be good to go for my first SFL season.
Okay, good. It's good that you have an idea about where you want to go, like what you do well and where you want to go. So whatever team decides, they want to add you to their locker room, you can kind of give their GMs an idea of what your expectations are. Speaking of which, what can a team expect from you being adding you to their locker room? What kind of locker room presence do you have?
Just somebody that rally the troops sort of a guy. I'm always there. I'm always, like I said, I always ride for my team. I'm always first one there, last one to leave. So I'm always rallying everybody. Giving out speeches. I gotta get people back in the game because coming from the game itself, it's always a mental aspect. So if we're mentally checked out, obviously we're not gonna win. So just getting everybody ready, getting everybody set out, have a good time, and just somebody that can help motivate, keep everything positive.
Now, if I remember correctly, these games actually took place recently. Philadelphia Cougars took on the New York Gargoyles, and New York wins 31-14. Boston Rebels took on your team, San Jose Fight, and Boston wins 13-7. So does this mean that the New York Gargoyles and the Boston Rebels will be in the championship?
Yeah. The game didn't go exactly how we were planning on it. There were some things that didn't quite line up with the practices and sims. So unfortunately, we fell up, just short. Not to the lack of effort of Boston. Shout out to Telecarne, made career interception. That was insane. It was devastating. Kind of took some time on the field for my my last SFL game, but it's all props to Boston. They had our number, and like I said, it's just Dondace. He came out to play, man. He was electric all night. So it's just I want to give out props to him.
So how did your season overall go for you? Like, what if you had to give it a letter grade? What would you grade your season?
Well, really, I kind of break it down to two parts, honestly. Like statistically, right? I give it like a B. It was pretty decent. There's some things I definitely wish I did more of. I wish I popped the ball out more. That was kind of like my biggest thing. I actually popped out. Yeah, I have one forced fumble. Didn't have a lot of picks. I only had one this season. I had like 4 last season. I did run it back for a pick 6, but ultimately was dissatisfied with how much I didn't turn the ball over for my offense more. I'm really trying to give them as many opportunities as I possibly can. That's my whole job out there. Tackles wise, I did pretty good. I led rookies, so I can't complain about that one too much. But overall, I'd give it like a B, maybe like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Just kind of feel like I could do more. So, like I said, just get back in the lab, get better for next season, and we'll see how we turn up then.
What type of locker room or team are you looking forward to joining?
Someone, I'm looking for a team that can really like buy it into the energy, right? I'm always, I'm everyone's biggest cheerleader, I like to say. So, hype up the guys, they hype up me, we all feel good, all feeling positive about the season. If we eventually lose, we're confident we can bounce back at any point. So, a nice, confident, positive, locker room would be really nice. Just someone who, like just a good group that can ride for each other. That's who I'd really like.
Gotcha. Where do you see yourself for the next 3 years? So you're 21 now.
3 years, like in person, like in real life.
Yeah, real life and in the SFL.
So real life, hopefully I got my schooling is just about wrapped up.
Okay.
And hopefully go well onto my career, get that sorted, get everything as de-stressed as I possibly can get it, so I can kind of just sit back and relax, do my thing. And for SFL, hopefully with the team I sign with, hopefully I could make some good strides into the player I want to be. I'm not going to, say like, oh, I want to be like a multi-champion,
Yeah.
It all starts with just showing up every week, just trying to get better, and really rocking with my team. I'm really looking forward to sticking around with my first team for a while. So it'd be nice to just, get like acquainted to everything, get caught up to speed, and just try to terrorize as many receivers and running backs as I can.
That's what I'm talking about. So, I'm going to get to my fun questions in a minute. How was when you created your player? So from start to finish, when you first joined the Discord, when you created your player, when you put, when you claimed your position and everything, for someone that's new and that's interested in joining, would you let them know about the process and how easy or how difficult it was for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a process. It's something I know when I first got in here. Naturally, I just I ask a lot of questions. So, but for some people, it's just ask it around. Don't be afraid to ask the veterans. That's what they're there for. It's what your team's there for. But it's it's just fun. It really is. I highly advise anybody who has any sort of interest in the sport to give it a shot, because it's just a blast. The community aspect of it is amazing, and everybody's super helpful. So even if you are confused on what to do, or what to customize your player, or just general questions, all you really have to do is just ask, and it's pretty much answered within the minute. So it's a process, but it isn't confusing.
Good. And I think that's one of the main things I would love people to understand too, because it can be a little daunting, especially if you don't know. But there are people that will be more than happy to help guide you, And that leads me to my final question for you as far as your progressions go. Are you solely doing your progressions? Is it a joint effort between you and the front office, or is the front office just telling you what to progress and you're doing that?
So it really started out with just me kind of bumbling around. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
But after talking with it, there's a coach I was talking with my positions coach, and then there was an external coach I was talking to that really helped kind of put some of the more obscure attributes uh, into a way where it's easier to understand. Shout out Coach Day. He's really helped walk me through a lot of the nuances of attribute building. So with him and my positions coach, it's been a lot easier to kind of build me into that big enforcer type role I'm trying to build myself into. So that's another piece of advice I'd give to anybody is really, really talk to your attribute coach, because that will help carry you to be exactly who you want to be in this league.
I just got a message. Got to put on my +2 reading abilities here. Before I move on to a couple fun questions I have for you. I have a message from Senor Alex West, your commissioner. Now, I asked Alex to give me a quote because, by this being, his first season and things of that nature, not really his first, but like getting everything, underway the way he is, making those big changes and just wanting to know like an overview of how he felt about season 10.
Mm-hmm.
He says, now with the regular season in the rear view, I can look back on season 10 with pride and gratitude. Where does the gratitude start? The rookie class has been incredibly patient with the changes that the SFLm as a whole has undergone and handled the transition with grace. I'm grateful to Cameron Irvine for the opportunity to be the SFLm commissioner, bringing my fresh perspective to the role and the support of the SFLm support staff as a whole. I am thankful to all the volunteers who showed up to call games, like DJ Killagon especially. Currently, he has called 17 out of the possible 24 games and will be on the call with me during the championship game as a result, making it 18 out of 25 games. First off, that's incredible, DJ. Wow. I'm proud of the competitive energy brought to the SFLm by luminaires such as Brady White, Amante DeVoy. Oh, look at you. You got a shout out. DeVon Smith, Dante's Talacarnade. Oh, please, honey, please help me because that was
yeah.
John Osmosis, Michael Goodman, and that's just the first 5 names I can think of. Looking back, there has been growing pains, mistakes, and errors. There will be more in the future, and as I continue to learn, grow, and try to improve as a commissioner while expanding the league. I appreciate everyone's support and look forward to season 11 kicking off at the SFL convention. So, directly off the press from Alex West. So, what are your thoughts about your commissioner?
I think he's done just flat out a bang on job. Honestly, there's been a lot of I would say griping in a way. It's completely valid, like everyone's talked about, but I feel like he's handled basically everything that's been thrown at him, professionally and quickly, and his improvements that he's envisioned, I have full faith that they're going to work. He's a very talented individual, and I'm happy that he's had that opportunity to be a commish. Indeed.
Has been Kansas, my rookie class. What's going on, man? Why you not up here? You should be up here. Commish is doing a good job. It's a lot of demand on him. Absolutely. When he explained, first of all, his real life, being married, having a full-time job, that's one thing in itself. And have to dedicate the rest of that time to a hobby that you love, but that means a lot more to a lot of people. that can be daunting. So I'm glad that he was able to finish with all of his hair. With all of his hair, it's not all gray, but just to finish off on a better trajectory than he started. So anytime you can do that, kudos. Shout out Alex West. So, a couple fun questions for you. I kind of like to end my shows off on these little fun questions, kind of get to know you type deal. So my first one, and some people may have heard this before, but I like to ask two of them, and one of them is kind of a weird one. So if you had the chance to have dinner with someone that's either alive or not with us anymore, that's either famous or not famous, who would it be and why?
Gonna go back to football here, but my childhood hero, Walter Payton. That's who I've thought. I've actually been asked this question a few times over my life, and that's always been my go-to answer. I have his biography, his book. I have it in my room. I've read it a few times already, but that and that I have a Bears book that kind of went through like behind the scenes and all of that, and it always just kept going on and on and on about how great of a guy he is. And I was just dinner with him, kind of gained some of that insight. I feel like would be more valuable than gold.
Absolutely. And you being a football guy, that's perfect. That was a perfect answer. So you're stranded on an island for 1 year. You can only take one thing with you, but you have plenty of food. I'll even give you water. Some people didn't get water, so but I give you food and water. What is one thing you're gonna bring with you?
That's a good one.
Now, some people were saying that they would bring their spouse. You could do that, but that's a whole year of them nagging you. So that's all I'm saying. I just want to throw that out.
I would bring a football, honestly. And I have two reasons for it. One of them, obviously, should entertain myself, because that's going to be the real kicker there on the survival scenarios, not going insane. And two, there's practical use for it, and like I can use it for fishing, because it floats. I've unfortunately thrown my footballs into lakes on, not due to my fault. My receivers can't catch, but
that sounds like me. That's what
but it's unfortunately it's gone to a body of water, and they float pretty good. They float really well. So if I ever want to do some fishing or anything, I could use it.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be it. I'd bring a pigskin, some laces.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
How are you going to catch the fish though? Like, how you gonna cut it and how you gonna cook it? I just want to
know. So cutting it, it's fairly easy. I've done it before. Okay. There's you can get some rocks are pretty good. That's kind of my go-to.
Yeah.
And I'd probably, for like line, I could always use my hair.
Good.
Yeah. Tie out hair. But yeah, that's how I do it.
Okay. Hey, as long as you know, hey, this is your journey. This is your journey. So, and the last weird question for you, one of my favorite ones. So you had to body switch with someone for 1 month, and that could either be your grandmother or your ex. Who would it be and why?
Oh, man. Well, probably.
I heard that breath in you.
I'd probably go with the X, and I would do the most petty stuff imaginable. So when we swap back, she would have to live with the consequences.
You probably getting her some tattoos she don't want. That's messed up.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be my name on her forehead. Oh yeah. Be looking at her Cash App, wondering why she gave me like $500.
Oh God, you you probably gave me one of the best answers I've had to that question. Oh man, well this was fun. I don't want to. I definitely wild indeed, Kansas. Wild indeed. But I kind of wanted to make sure I just took some time out to kind of showcase who you are as an individual. Now, I did not want to bleed over into Eddie's show. The Streets Are Talking. This was actually supposed to be on Saturday, so I'm really glad that I was able to kind of get everything out the way, so they can start their show on time like they originally intended. But before I let you go, Amante, I want you to give us the last word. This could be anything. This could be a message to your future team. This could be a message to San Jose Flight. This could be a message to anything about anybody. Right now, the floor is yours.
Like I said, first of all, I just want to give major props to San Jose, the boys in blue. We rode hard. It was we didn't bring it home like I was envisioning in the preseason, but I know wherever we go in our respective careers, we're all going to be top dogs in our respective categories. There's a lot of guys there, Brady, Victor, shout out to Aunt Tim, defense. Those are my guys. Dustin, Goodman, Bobby Green. Watch out for him. Watch out for him. In the next following seasons, that man is a dog. There's been games where he has held that down. When Cantana goes down. So yeah, shout out him, Meerkat. Big props to all my coaches, Art, Coach AW. It's all love. And I'll see you guys on the field.
I love it, man. Well, thank you so much for your time, Amante Dubois Smith, strong safety for the San Jose Flight. I wish you the best of luck in your career. Please come back whenever you want to. This does not have to be your first and only show. I invite people back all the time. You got some good stuff going on in your life. You just want to share with the community. I'm here for you. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. No, we'll definitely. I'll definitely be seeing you guys again. Definitely want to get more involved with interviews and stuff. So I'm a big advocate for it. So yeah. Well, until next time.
Until next time, indeed, y'all. I was looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. Until then, y'all stay safe. Treat each other well. For Amante Striker, we are Put your goodbyes in the chat. I'll be happy to run them across the screen. See y'all later.
I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. Ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I believe for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave you. But I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. And ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I believe for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave. I wanna be alone more than ever. Less free time, more endeavors. Less romance, more get cheddar. Some say both, I'm more instead of. We've been better. I can't afford any more vendettas. Some feed off it, I'm more get fed up. Some sheep-esque, I'm more trendsetter. I can't adore any more antennas. I'm
I'm overly in tune, I'm overstimulated, I'm over me and you, I'm overeating too, I'm drinking again, I'm outside the house, I'm linking with friends, you found me at the end of peak in a sense, my love is dried up like ink in this pen, and now that I'm thinking again, I'm not scared to leave you, cause I know I need to, I know I need to, I know I need to, I'm not scared to leave you, cause I know I need to, I know I need to, I know I need to, I need to set you